All right, let's take a look at two games today. We're taking a look at Aapa Mine and Floristry. These are two games that are very small. They're two-player games. Now, granted, Aapa Mines can be played at more. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but either way, it's a game all about abstractness. Now, the question of the day, since this is more of a review of both of them, I'm not going to give full scores for both, but I will do a review and overview of both, so it's not a full roundup either, is what is your favorite abstract game? Because today, like I said, we're taking a look at Aapa Mine. Now, this is a game where you're mining and you're trying to figure out where everybody else has. Imagine Geometrical Battleship. Now, if that didn't sell you, trust me, wait till you see the game. It's pretty fantastic. Aapa Mine and Floristry. This Floristry. Anyway, this is a game all about two players making the best little garden thing, succulents and plants. But it's a two-player bidding game. Bryan, you can't do bidding games in two players, auctions? Oh, I thought the same thing until this game does a little twist to make it more entertaining. So let's take a look at both of these. We'll come back up, talk final thoughts on both. All right, this is a Aapa Mine setup. So essentially what's gonna happen is this may be yours, and let's pretend it's yours and theirs for now. You're trying to figure out where they have their pieces set up. So you'll have an identical set of pieces. You'll place them on your grid like this. Now the grid lines have to be matching. It may not be easy to see on the camera, but they have to be sitting in the correct orientation where they'd be on the board. They are trying to figure out where your pieces are, and you are trying to figure out where their pieces are. It'll look something like this at the end. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to say, I'm drilling in from E or K or 14 or 8, and they're going to tell you which way the light comes out or the laser comes out. So let's just say for 8, for instance. Let's say we go in 8. You'll tell them what type the light comes out or where it comes out and what color it comes out. So there's a chart here that tells you all the different color combinations. Case in point, if you hit blue and red at the same time, it's going to come out purple. If you hit blue, red, and white, it'll come out light purple. So you're going to be working off this to get your information. So let's go easy for right now. 8 will come down and it'll shoot out 12 because of the way the 45-degree angle works, and it'll be white. So they know, okay, at this point somewhere, well, you'll know that right here it's going to shoot across. You just don't know which part of this triangle. It could be this section, technically, and it could be this section. Will come out right there at 12. Let's do an easier one. So let's say you do 10, and then you would say 17 blue. Well, you know that this is now the 45-degree angle right here facing 17. So you're lucky for that. And then because the way the blue one is drawn, you know which way it's facing. Because the blue can never be like this, it has to be at all 45s. You're going to do that back and forth. You're going to name a number. They're going to tell you colors. So let's do one a little more difficult here. So let's see. So case in point, this would be L. If I said L, it would shoot back out L at red. So you know that the square flat side is sitting right here somewhere along the L line. Let's see if we can get one that's two colors here. Yes. So if we said 6, 6 would come down. It would hit here, bounce over to here, and go out 16. Okay, let's say it's right here then, sorry. So let's say we hit 6. It bounces over, boom. This causes it to go up from here, and it would actually hit the white and go out at 14. So I know that's crazy, but it would go, and then you have to keep track of all that and try to figure it out. But that's essentially what you're going to do. The first person to figure out all the people's locations wins the game. All right, let's talk about a game that's already set up and ready to play. That's correct. I can't show you the app right now, but just know it looks like this, and it's a timer. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is you're going to hold your finger on this side, they're going to hold their finger on that side. It will start at 15, then 12, then 9, then 6, then 3. It will cost a certain number of coins based on where it is in that section. The faster you hit it, the more expensive it is. The slower you hit it, the less expensive it is. So every 5 seconds, or every 3 seconds I should say, it's going to drop by a coin in price. What you're trying to do is fill up your frame. And this neat little thing tells you how it scores. You're trying to figure out, or you're trying to fill up the largest contiguous spaces of these types of flowers, any type. If you have, and you'll score them for all of them. So if you have 3 of the yellow, you'll get 1 point. If you have 2, contiguous is the largest one, you won't get any. If you have 12 plus, it's worth 10 points. What you're bidding on is 3 of these will come out. You'll do the bid. There's a cat that you mark your score with. You'll do your bidding. Let's say I want to go ahead and get this early. So I would go ahead and bid. Let's say I spend $5, 5 coins. I would then put these anywhere into my space here. Now they have to be touching, but let's just say now we have a space here, 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 but the frame can move around. So that's not holding it in, but it does kind of hold the boundaries of everything. the other person will get the last one you don't pick. So of the 3 of those, you're going to keep doing that for all the rounds until the bidding's done, until all the tokens are taken. You'll then score points just like I said, and then an interesting thing happens. You'll then score points based on, let's say I had 17 coins left, the other person had 3 coins left. That total becomes 14. You'll check this chart. There's a difference of 12 plus or more, so that's 10 points to the person who had the most coins left. So it's another way to get points, but that is how you play Floristry. All right, let's talk about Aapa Mine first. So one thing, I love how this game looks. Yes, it looks like you're doing a project in geometry class, but that's not important. I just like it. I like the grid. I like the shapes. I like the pieces. I like the fact that they're screen printed to tell you how they fit. I like the screens. I like all this. Is this game going to win best art? No. Could there be a Vincent Dutrait version of this that I would be like, oh my gosh, it's the greatest art ever? Even though he's my favorite game artist? No. But it doesn't matter. This is an abstract game, and that's what makes it perfect. So let's talk about really quick the mechanics and the idea. I'm not going to give you the full breakdown, but we'll give you a breakdown of what I think of it. First of all, I like the 2-player mode. I don't know about the 5-player mode. I guess you could do this with like a clue master and everybody's trying to figure it out. That would work. However, I think the 2-player head-to-head is probably where the sweet spot is. That's where we're going to play it, at least. What I really like about this game, it's very small. You can play this on airplane tray tables. You can turn your little thing sideways and play like that. I like how it makes sense. You know, I'm saying 22 or sorry, I'm saying 2, and you go, okay, it comes out of G at blue, and you're like, what in the world? How is that possible? Or light blue, sky blue, and you're like, okay, I need some more information here. At first, you feel like there's no way I could possibly get how this works. I do not understand how I could possibly get what their information is based on what I was just given. However, as you start to play it a little bit more, and as you start to go, oh wait, this shape, if it bounces straight back out, it has to be a flat wall, not a 45. You start to get it, and the whole battleship nature of it starts to fill in. You go, wait a minute, if that was there, let me try below it. Nope, okay, it's above it then, so you start drawing it in. And then when you can draw in shapes like the white ones especially, they're bigger, you can start to figure out and triangulate, what color, because you got sky blue or you got orange or purple, you're trying to figure, okay, wait a minute, that hit 2 of them, so now I'm bouncing out here, where are they? And once you just start nailing those down, it just starts clicking faster and it becomes a race and it ramps up really quickly at the end. I highly recommend this game. It's my favorite abstract game. We're going to play this a lot. Very, very cool game. It does something unique, it does something different, and it makes your brain think. You have to go, okay, wait a minute. I can't just jump straight ahead and go, okay, I know how this works, because you don't. Once you start playing it, it will make sense. It's not like Cryptid, where you're like, I feel like an idiot every time I play this. But this one just works. So that is Aapa Mine. Go check that out. Number 2 is Floristry. Now this game, when I got it and I saw it, it said you're going to need an app. I was like, okay, well, what's the app for? It's actually not really an app. It's a home screen shortcut. So it works in a web browser, essentially. Basically, the app is there to time the auction. Because if you've ever tried to play an auction with a 2-player variant, it just doesn't work. This one does it in a way where the auction is not so much I'll play 4, I'll pay 5. It's a timing thing. You're both holding your finger on the phone and you decide, okay, do I really want to pay it for 5? Because if I hold out, it can get cheaper, but if I hold out much longer, they're going to take it from me. So I don't even know if auction's the right term or like a timing type game. What's that old game where you concentration or pressure? One of those. Anyway, you're sitting there and you're thinking, man, I can hold out and they're not going to get it. However, you see something that you know you want, you're like holding your fingers, hit ready, and bam, you immediately buy it for 5. The cool thing is you get points at the end for leftover money. The person who didn't win has the leftover money. It's a really, really cool system. So I like this game. Carla didn't like it as much as I did, but I really liked it because you're getting points for your areas that are the largest of each type of flower. And there's a chart for that. Then you have a chart for, well, I had this much money left, or the difference between the 2 amounts of money between mine and theirs is this much, so I get this many points. So you may not win based on the flowers, but you could technically come back and do really well if you've been smart about your money the whole time. Highly recommend this. Is another very quick game. This one could be a little messy on a tray table, but definitely in an airport, where you're waiting on a flight, you can play this one. It's really, really cool. I'm a big fan of this. This is 2 games in a row that I really liked. Carla ordered Aapa Mine, and I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to be. Fantastic. This one showed up the other day, and I love this. I think this is a fantastic game, and it makes that whole bidding system of, okay, I've got to go now. I've got to bid now, or I've got to wait. Maybe I can hold out, or maybe you just get lucky and you go, well, they don't need those at all, so I'm going to let this sit here and ride, hoping that they're going to let me take it for cheaper because they don't want to spend the money, because if they do take it, I may not need it. However, if you do spend more to get more plants, you've got more plants to put in your bouquet garden thing to get more points for your groups. So it makes you think every single time. Play through the rounds. Phenomenal game. I'm Bryan Drake. Those are 2 quick games that are really, really fun. One's an abstract, one's a little more themey, even though they're kind of both abstract games. You could do it with like Roman soldiers, and I'm bidding on this many Roman soldiers to go on this battle, whatever. That's always my example for when the theme doesn't matter so much. But they both work really well. So again, I'm Bryan Drake here on the Dice Tower. If you're watching this, you're probably seeing us at Dice Tower West or coming up. Dice Tower West, the next thing coming up. So make sure to say hey there. Pick up some great merch. And until next time, we'll see ya.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Bassel.